Hi, welcome. This is the Lord of Sin. I was suggested by Jay Krishnan, I hope I did not mangle your name too badly there, Jay, of Gamers Heaven, to also do another Trese Brothers game. One that's incredibly near and dear to my heart. I do apologize. I've tried to keep this as quiet as possible. Somebody told me about a fan that I had going last time that it was louder and was annoying. I cannot do much about my recording situation and therefore the little scooter that wants to drive by. But without further ado, I'm going to do this slightly different than I did for the other game. This game that we're going to cover today is Cyber Knights. Now, of course, just like any other Trese Brothers game, there is a Cyber Knights Free and a Cyber Knights Elite. This is same basic premise before. We're going to go through the settings really fast. I disable animated walking. I'm going to turn this down. It's a little loud too. Alright, I disabled the animated walking, not because I have any issue with how it looks, just because I think it moves faster without it. For this instance, I think I'll actually leave it on for right now, just so you guys can see it. And I've actually put on where you can see my touches as well. I'm not going to disable, I don't know why that's on, disable all on-screen game toasts. I want the notifications on. Matter of fact, longer notifications for combat, and not that I really necessarily need to have it, but I'm putting the aggressive memory manager on. Same basic premise as before with the other one, is that there are in-app purchases that are one-time purchases, and in this case, every time I log in, it shows that I've already got it. So I've purchased this Hunter, and we may eventually get into that later on. But this is a cyberpunk-esque game. You'll notice the Hunter over here. That's what a Hunter is. It's a Hund, and the Hunter is the one who takes care of the Hund or trains the Hund, basically. We're gonna jump right into the story, which is the Made Not Born game tutorial. Before we do that, though, I want you to look around. That there is a female sandbox knight, a male sandbox knight. In the Elite version, which I currently have, just like I did with the other one, with Star Traders RPG, is that I played this for a little while, and it wasn't very long because I prefer cyberpunk, the genre, a lot better than I like than Stars, even for that matter. And there are two, obviously, I think 2 or 3 Elites. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 Elite onlys that are available there, and of course, Elite only and it's a Hunter unlock is needed for Grim. And again, most of these are just sandbox, so you do not have a set story, going. In this case, for the Let's Play, and that's what this is episode 1 of a series that we're going to do Let's Play for Cyber Knights. We're going to play as, with the Made Not Born. I'm going to change the name from Joshua to Sin's Let's Play, just like I did with the other one. Let's Play, and then we're going to leave it like that. The difficulty we're going to leave, I think it's on easy, right? Yeah, it's on easy. And you can see here what easy does. It's all right here for you. Evens the odds with monsters, runners, and allies do not die permanently. And you can see there's other higher difficulties as well. Normal, hard, crazy, maximum, which is brutal. And then you have even a custom difficulty. So we're going to leave it on easy. You have Gunslinger, and I'm going to show you the different professions that are there. The sniper is up top, and then you obviously get as well what the merits and flaws, so to speak, for each of these classes get you. I'm probably going to leave this as a Gunslinger, because in the Made Not Born, you can only choose, apparently, these 3. And there are additional ones as well that you can choose. So, for example, if we were to go back and go to New Knight, and go to the male, or even the female, for that matter, I'm not one of those people who feels that just because I am a male that I should only play male characters. That's just absent. It's just absent thinking all the way around. That's horrible. The whole idea behind a role play is that you role play as anything else. Especially if you can get further away from who you currently are, then you can role play to your heart's content. So obviously in here you've got hackers, snipers, gunslingers, cyber swords, agent extremes, face, and hunter. And obviously this is for elite only, and you have to have the unlock open. Again, we're going to go back though, like I mentioned before, and play as the Made Not Born. We are going to change the name again just so that we're on the same page. But I just wanted to be able to show you that so that you know that there are other options available to you as well. Alright, so this, and then we're going to go right into it, and I'm just going to leave it exactly as is, like I did before. I know why. I know what I'm getting into. I'll be a cyber knight. I can come in on foot. Which Mars clinic in the New Boston zone will do the operation? I'm sorry guys, I forgot. Honestly, I forgot to turn the blocking mode on. I apologize. I'm not going to start the recording over just for that. I honestly completely spaced that. I did everything but that. I apologize. Underground. When it's over, what will happen next? Training? I'm ready. My whole body is killing me. I swear that bastard doctor rammed a cow prod down my spine. What did Luca tell me to do? It's all hazy. It's been days since I was above ground. I got in a taxi and came to this shadow clinic. God damn. I'm a cyber knight. I'm holding a cyber knight's computer. I wanted this for so long. Why aren't I happy? It must be the drugs from surgery. I've got to survive. What did Luca tell me? How does this work again? This is where the tutorial kind of kicks in. So you tap the screen to move. And how do I find a terminal? Well, you use the touch to scroll around the map as well, and I'll show you how that works. So I'm going to skip through this tiny bit here, and I'm going to show you that you can scroll around. This object right around in this area, right here in the center of the screen, that is actually a data terminal. But I want to scroll around to show you. Now, for those who are complaining that, things just don't, it doesn't look that good, or whatever the case may be, much like with Star Traders, I'm going to tell you right now that this is an immensely fun game. It is incredibly deep, and even if you're doing the Made Not Born storyline, there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to see, and you can see as I'm just scrolling around, this is one of the smaller areas to be able to look around. Okay? And I'll get to the data clinic here in just a moment that we need to go start at. But I wanted to show you guys what it is that you're looking at overall. We're back with our character. If you actually click on the map, you'll notice that that's an overview of what the area looks like. And you'll notice that there's other items here. And these are not necessarily items, these are locations. that you can go to. So for fast travel, so to speak, if I were to choose this and then choose it again, I would automatically move. What am I thinking? I have a CyberKnight's computer. It is a map database of all the registered buildings, even underground. And I just showed you the map menu HUD. From the map, I can browse the buildings in the area and then use the Navi to get there, which is what I've already done. To continue, the little start button that's right here, or the play button, is what I'm going to click on, pardon me. And then I can continue from there, from where it paused. My legs are burning. This body is racked. I've got almost nothing left. But I made it to the terminal. I can call Luca and get some help. Turn this volume down just a tiny bit. They left me without a penny, and with Luca as my only secure contact. They've really got me under their thumb. Without them, I'd be in a gutter in no time. For now, I have to live with that. Call Luca and do what she says. I'm about to plug in for the first time. I've seen other knights do this. Data terminals like this have a secure port in my quantum computer that my quantum computer can override. They're the only way I can get a secure connection with my contacts. For a Cyber Knight, data terminals are a critical part of getting the work done, and I'll show you how this works. It's very, very simple. You just click on the data terminal itself, and it'll open up the screen. You have the different choices of I need to make a phone call, or leave the building, which clearly you're not at a building, but you know what I'm saying, leave the data terminal. So for this, you just click the little icon, and then any contacts that you gain throughout the game, you can obviously get here, and there are different types. There's connectors, there's taxis, data hounds, there's other, and then you can even go through all your contacts and scroll up and down. So for this case, we're going to click on Portia, Luca Portia. It's always a pleasure, Knight. Where's the underground fixer you promised? So you're alive. Glad to see you made it out of there. Implanting a quantum computer isn't easy or safe. Often the host rejects it. The success rate is lower than 40%. You forgot to mention that before. Oh, you're alive, aren't you? And you're jacked in, aren't you? Well, I feel half alive, more half dead. Alright. Let's get you moving. I am obviously going to skip through some of this because I want you to be able to see this. But she's going to basically tell you where you need to go. That you need to learn how to actually play the game and learn the basic mechanics of the game and how the job systems and everything else work. So this is going to tell me that I need to look for a long-term informant. His name is Oaxaca, and he runs the End of the Road's bar. End of the Road, pardon me. Alright? And he's going to holding a V chip for me, or a contact chip, for Max Mercer, who's going to be my underground contact down here. I'm giving him a call. I'm still in the sewers, basically, if you're asking or want to know. So she obviously did not give me any money. We're going to come back and go to the back button, and we're going to leave the data terminal. And now she told me to go to the End of the Road bar, which is right here, at the very bottom. If I really wanted to, I could walk there myself, or I can just select it from here, and it'll automatically take me. Now, I'm doing this a little bit better because I've been playing this game for several years. I've started it over and over again because they update it fairly regularly. So, I don't, whenever there's fairly large updates, I try to restart over. Not because of anything else. This game can be pretty brutal too on its own. But because I like to have all those additional stuff already added into there. If you'll notice at the very front screen, I do have a couple of other knights that I've currently been working on too. Now, before we go in here, I wanted to show you some things as well. You have right next to where I did that little play button, you've got our data terminal. And you can see the amount of money that we have, which is in this case $0 or 0 credits, pardon me. You've got jobs, you've got PDA, you've got different tabs as well. The little flag is the factions for the area that you're working in. We're in the data terminal. Even the gun is our actual equipped items and so forth. In this case, I actually have 2 pistols with me. I have a cyber loader with 50 rounds in it, and a street coat for some armor. I currently do not have any implants at all, and the other ones that are in their area is Mars and Aztec, Yakushima, Knights Horizon, Brave Star, Yakuza, The Streets, Lost Vow, Finian, and Blue Ox. I just wanted to be able to show you these because then you've got them here. I could rename myself if I wanted to. I've even got the team leader who has access to all of these certain things as well. And I have my status with my hit points and magic points in that regard. Now, there's no magic in this game. But, sorry, mental points. Pardon me. It's mental points, not magic points. Mental. I've survived so far for 27 minutes, playing on easy difficulty. I have 7 experience already ready. That when I sleep at a hotel, for example, I'll be able to, to change in my stats as well. I'm currently sharp and alert, and I'm an augmented human. I don't have a team going, so you can already see there. We're going to go back to play, and we're going to actually go in here, and we're going to speak with Oaxaca Pills. And he actually tells me that it's the very first time. Would not have been the first time that a Cyber Knight's come and was coming and he never showed up. Most of them die on the operating table. They don't actually ever get this far in the first place. Give me a drink. You and Luca both aren't helping my headache. Don't think you're out of the woods just because you survived under the knife. It's a very dangerous territory to actually be doing this. Fledgling Cyber Knights are extremely vulnerable. Lots of hunters out there looking for such a score to take them down. And he says he's not going to get directly involved, but he hands you the Max Mercer contact chip. And gives you a drink, obviously. Now, I'm going to skip this slightly, just because I want to show you how to use that V-trip. Okay, now we can obviously look for some work if you really wanted to, some refreshments, or we can leave the building. In this case, we're going to leave the building, because I want to go back to my equipment here. And, oh no, sorry, it's an equipment, not this. This obviously gives me my personal data assistant, so you can see that we've not stayed at any hotels in this zone. We've only got so far 1 contact in our phone book. We don't have any safe houses leased. And it gives you a good rundown of the date and time that these things have happened, okay? And how you've progressed further along. And I believe, it's in equipment, sorry, that's right. So in order to use it, you click on it, and then you use it. Now, because we've already done all of that before, or we know how to use those, we're going to come over here, and I'm not moving it per se there because, obviously you can see that he's moved over. Now, there's certain exhaustion meters. You can see our heat meter or rep meter, the amount of experience over here on the left. We've even got a zoom feature, so we can zoom out as far pretty much as we want, or even in as close as we want. Now, we were told to call Max. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to call Max, and we're going to talk to him. And then as soon as he's done, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to end it here before we actually contact Max. That way we're already set up to talk to him for the next episode. I just wanted to give you guys a good sneak peek, and I wanted to try to keep this episode shorter than the episode 1 for Star Traders Elite. This has been Cyber Knights RPG Elite. That you can get the free version as well as the Elite version in the Google Play Store. I highly recommend this game. It is incredibly deep. Even if you don't try the single player or the story mode and try to do a sandbox mode. Although I highly recommend you go through the Made Not Born storyline first to really learn the ins and outs of the mechanics of the game. And then you can actually take up a lot of those things and have a lot more available to you once you're playing in the sandbox mode. But again, this game was suggested to me by Jay Krishnan. or recommended that, that I try it because that's something that he was really interested in wanting to see. So, Jay, I hope you've enjoyed it thus far. This has been episode 1 of Cyber Knights Elite, and this is Lord of Sin. I will see you next time. Thank you.